How? What do I do? Hi. Thanks for joining me. We're going to be a few minutes and then we're going to get right into the introduction of all my stuff. I'm just trying to figure out how to set this up, how to pin something on the bottom so everybody knows what we're talking about. Hi, Miyoshi. I don't know how to do it, Leah. Thank you, Mimi. Swipe the comment and pin. What comment? Thank you, Carly. Yes, my child. Bye. How about you make a comment, Leah, and then I can pin your comment? Oh, okay. Thank you. Hi, Shivani. Hey, I did it. I learned something new. Okay, well, I said I was going to start at 12. So I'm going to give everybody 2 minutes and see who else joins us. But it's really informal. It's my first live, but it's my 1 year anniversary since publishing my book, Tales of El Hanai. Whoop, whoop. So I just wanted to introduce myself to everybody, get to use the makeup that I haven't been able to use in a year because I love makeup, but I can't use it because I don't go anywhere. And we wear masks all the time. So yeah, it's not getting much use. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad you guys are here. It's awesome. And then if you guys have any questions about my process or what I like to do when I'm writing or, what you guys are reading, what I'm reading or anything like that, totally no script today. 30 minutes only, but we're going to just relax, just hang out, chill. Yeah, I know they get rubbed off on the mask, so it's useless to put them on, but red is my favorite color. So I have a lot of different shades of red and I just can't use them. It's all about the eyes these days because that's all you can see. I don't write every day. I do have well, it used to be full time. Now it's part time, but I do work outside of the home. I work at an airport where I'm at, so I'm there all the time. But I write whenever I can. Whenever I get the inspiration, I have notebooks. I have notebooks all over the place. I walk with one in my bag. So whenever I get an inspiration, I'm just making notes. And then when I have the time, I dive into that. I don't have one of those mask guards. I probably should invest in one. But hopefully this will be over and we won't need them sometime, eventually, one day. But if you have one, Leah, feel free to share. All right, it is 12 o'clock. Thank you guys for joining me. As I said, today is my 1 year anniversary from publishing my first book, Tales of El Hanai. It is a Christian fantasy trilogy, and it started from a dream that I had in 2020, January of 2020. So, backstory, the end of 2019, I was frustrated with life. I was frustrated with my job, was frustrated with my tiny apartment, and just life in general. And so I'm a Christian, so I was like, God, I need direction. I need to know which way you want me to go and what you want me to do. And in January, my pastor preached a message that said, you know, when you're ready to move and you tell God you're ready to move, just be ready to move when he tells you to go. And so I prayed that prayer, and within a week, I had a dream of a woman running through the forest, pregnant, clutching her belly. And that's the opening scene of this book, is Alana running through the forest, pregnant for her life. So this is the cover, as you can see behind me. It didn't start off there. It started off with a much more simplistic black and white cover. I went with that because I thought the story would speak for itself. And while it does, as we know, we still have to try to be genre specific. So we revamped the cover. I found these are actually pre-made covers. And a lot of people are like, oh, pre-made covers are not as good. Yes, they are. Especially this site, if anybody's looking for covers, when you select a cover off of their site, they remove it so that nobody else can buy it. So even though it's pre-made, it's still unique to you. And it's a lot cheaper. As self-published authors, we do not have money falling off trees. So we gotta do what we gotta do. Actually, I don't have a favorite writing book. I'm probably one of the only, I'm in a category by myself because I haven't read any of those. I browsed through, I couldn't even tell the name of it, but I browsed through one book. And then my editor published a book on self-publishing. Tracy, she published a book, and I browsed through hers. But all these famous books, like I haven't read Zen. I've heard of it, but I haven't read it. Oh, the site is bookcoverzone.com. I'll have to look those up though, Shivani, because you can always learn, and I want to improve my craft, so I need to get a little bit more serious about it. So I'll definitely look those up though. So that's book 1. This is book 2, The Prophecy, and this released on my birthday in January 31st. That released, so that's the second book, and it picks up right where the first one left off. I don't know if you've all read my books. Don't really want to give any spoilers, but it picks off where the first one left off, where somebody we thought was dead isn't exactly dead. Hey, Winnie. Yeah, so he's not exactly dead. And I had a lot of people like, oh my gosh, how could you leave book 1? My self-publishing experience was a whirlwind, really. I'd always wanted to write a book. I never really had the drive to do it or the time. Well, I assumed I didn't have the time because I didn't know what went into it. Thank you very much. Hey, Kayla. But I learned so much in this process of publishing, and I've been connected with so many people who have helped me along the way. And Twitter, I started off on Twitter, and I met the fabulous Jen Rothstein. She has a series out as well, and she really helped introduce me into this whole Instagram community. So she was very inspirational for me, and she helped me a lot. Any questions I had, she was always there to answer. She did my first interview as an author, so I will forever be grateful to her. I learned a lot about, needing ISBNs and copyrights and book covers. And then when I first published the first book, I actually pulled it off the shelves because I got such negative reviews about it. Because in my head, I don't need an editor. I just got to write the story. That's it. Yeah, no, you need an editor. Even though, some people may not, and they're really, really good at grammar and descriptions and sentence structure and format and all that stuff. I am not one of them. I'm good with spelling, but I am not one of them. So I needed an editor. So I pulled it off the shelves, pulled it off of Amazon, and I paid an editor, had her redo the whole thing the same time that she was editing book 2. And I put it out again, and it's done much, much better. So I will definitely recommend get an editor if you can. And if you can't, just take your time and read it 1,000 times, because that's fine too. Whatever is best for you, do it. It's your process. It's your book, baby. Just make it the best you can. Okay, so my third book is coming out May 1st. And this is the cover. It's called Wages of War, and I really, really like it. This one, I did not use that site. This one I worked with a designer on because I couldn't find a cover on there that really I felt spoke to what the story was about. So my cover designer was Hannah Stern Jacob. I found her on a Facebook group, and she did an amazing, amazing job. Hey, Crystal. She did an amazing job, and she got my thank you. She understood what I wanted when I explained to her what the story was about, and she just, within 24 hours, she flipped it and she got it exactly right. And I was so thrilled. And she said, she sends a couple of renditions so you can narrow it down, and then she tweaks it. It's perfect. And I can't wait for this not for resale banner to be off of it so that I can have the copies right with me and all three of them together. So that is my series, guys, and I love it, and it's my baby, and I'm so excited. And if you notice behind me, I blew up pictures of all my covers just so they're the first things I see when I wake up in the morning. So you see the first one is there. That's the second one. And there you go. That's the third one. And I'm just, it's just an accomplishment. I mean, I never thought I would be here a year later, really, with 4 books, because I did also write a book of poetry. I call it pocket poetry. It's a small book. I don't have it in front of me right here, but it's a small book of poetry. I did a reading on it, so that's also on my page if anybody takes a look. What else can I tell you guys? My process. I snack a lot, as most writers probably do. My current favorite snacks are these, because I love chocolate and I love cashews. So what better way than to put them all together with a little bit of sea salt? It's wonderful. It's addictive. I recommend it, and I don't recommend it at the same time. Shivani, the collectors. That's a little secret, and I thought about telling you guys, but I think I need to keep something in the bag for later, because I am working on that. It's not going to be exactly, well, it's going to be a set. It'll be all 3 books in one. And Hannah designed the cover for that one. And let me tell you, that cover is stunning. And I'm just so, when I got it, I cried. Like, I literally shed tears. I cried. It's so, so beautiful. Hey. And I cannot wait for that to come out. That's going to come out in December. It's not going to be an ebook. It's only going to be paperback. I was part of a beta test with KDP for hardcover books. So I actually have a copy in hardcover, but it just didn't make sense for me. I don't money sense to me. It didn't make money sense to make a hardcover and a paperback. So I'm just going to do the paperback for the complete trilogy book, but it's amazing. It's thick, it's pretty, and it makes my heart glad. So it's going to be a December special edition. Yes, a lot of emotions. Lots and lots of them. But they're all good ones. All good ones. Most of the time, because we do get some negative reviews about our stories, and those hurt, but you take what you can from it, learn from it, and move on. Not to say I didn't cry or, bash my head against the wall a couple of times, but that is the process, and we all go through it. Hi, Natasha. Thank you so much for joining me. So you guys saw, I posted a video yesterday. I'm trying to come up with new ways, creative ways to package and send out the signed copies. I sell signed copies through my website, and my website is NicolePatriceThomas.com. So I sell copies through there, and I sold my first one through my website yesterday, and I was so excited. I decided to use wax seals because I just thought, you know what? I don't want to just throw it in a package. Yes, all publicity is good. Exactly. At least somebody's talking about me, right? There you go. I decided to package it a little differently. So I picked up this wax kit, right? And it comes in this cute little box. Looks like a book, which we love. And it has these cool things in it, right? You can see I've already used some of the gold one there. And the stamp that I picked is a tree of life, because in the third book, there is a very significant tree, and it plays a big part in the transition of the story. So the main character and someone else gets to this tree, and decisions have to be made. So it's an important feature, and I love that I found it, and I'm able to package my books with this message and this little, ode to the story. It just makes it a little bit more unique and special for the people who support me. And let's see, what else? You guys have any questions? Then I'm going to keep talking. This is new for me. This is my first one. Thank you, Crystal. Let's see, what else am I working on right now? I've got a couple ideas. Before I had started this series, I had a children's book that I actually completed. It's finished. I have the copyright. I'm sorry, I missed somebody's question. Whose question did I miss? Oh, if I could choose actors to play, who would I choose? That's hard. That is hard. Hi. If I could choose actors, who would I choose? Honestly, I haven't thought too in detail about who I would choose for the characters, except for one, which is really weird. But Shama, the Oracle in my story. I don't know if any of you are Walking Dead fans, but I couldn't tell you what season it is, but the King, I would want him to play Shama. I got a question. I don't know. Even though you love to, okay, I'm gonna answer that question in a minute, Crystal. Yeah, I would want him to play Shama, because he's really the only character that I attributed facial features to, or skin tones. When I wrote these stories, I didn't label anybody except him. I didn't say this person was white. I didn't say this person was black. I didn't say this person was Asian. Like, I did not attribute anything like that. You get hair color, you get eye color, you get personality, but you don't get skin tone except for him. He's a very dark skinned man, so he is black. He has very vivid white locks, but he's got a brilliant smile. So I wanted him to be tough but friendly, and I hope that comes across. But he's the only character. Anyone else I haven't really, anybody could play. I would love to be able to, I don't know, anybody. I didn't really think about it. Let's see, Crystal, has writing ever been a burden? I think you asked. Even though you love to write, has it ever felt like a burden? Yes, very much so. I say that because when I started writing, no. When I started writing, it wasn't. I just wrote because I had a story burning in me that had to get out. And so I just wrote literally for 30 days. Every day I wrote a little bit of the first book. And then as I got further into the story, and I got further involved in, writing communities and Twitter and Bookstagram and Facebook, and I started seeing other people's process, then I started feeling like, well, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I'm not writing enough. Maybe I need to be writing more, or, So that's when it started to feel like a burden, when I started comparing myself to other people. When I'm able to stop doing that, then it's fun again. Then the writing block is gone. Then I could just write to get the story out. It's comparison is the thief of joy, right? So that's the only time it's a burden. Yes, children's books. I am working on 3 children's book right now. 2, I got ideas literally at midnight last night, and I was up on my phone like recording. Okay, because I had to get it out, and I'm so excited about these 2 new ideas, because I'm like, I can bang these out so quick, and I know they are needed. Like, it's just, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I really just want to be doing that. Like, it's amazing. And when I tell you guys, when I get everything lined up for that, I'm going to be posting everywhere, because it's a really good idea, and it's something, it's like it's a hole that needs to be filled. So I'm definitely going to fill it. And yes, I'm very excited about that. There was another question I feel like I missed. Maybe not. Yeah, so I was working on it. The first children's book I was working on last year as well. The story's done. I did get an illustrator, and I wasn't completely satisfied with the illustrations done. Paid her and everything. And then when I sent her a message back to see if we could tweak some stuff, she never responded. So she totally ghosted me. And she's gone, and now I'm stuck with illustrations that I don't love, a finished manuscript that I don't know what to do with, and no drive to finish that one. So I'm going to pivot, and I'm going to, hey, nice to see you. It's my turn today. I'm going to pivot and work on these other two. And because I'm a Christian, they are going to be scripture based, but there's a lot, there's a lot. But that's my ultimate goal, is to point people to the Father through my words. Am I a plotter, planter, or panter? I am a plantser. I am a mix of all three. Book 1, totally pantsed it. 30 days, just writing off the top of my head every day, nothing written down. Book 2, a little bit more planning on that one. I had to jot down some things, but not nearly as much. And then for book 3, I'll show you. Book 3, you can't read any of this. So these are all my notes that I had to write down for book 3, just to keep track of where I was going in the story, because there was just so much detail at that point that I was just like, wait, what color was his hair? What were they doing? And yeah, so I'm a little bit of both, mostly just off the top though. Yep, that's the blueprint. A pantser, yeah, I'm definitely a pantser. So that's my main notebook that I write everything in. I walk around with this one because it's small enough to fit in my bag, and it just says onward, and I just like that message. And then inside it says, the thing I remember best about successful people I've met all through the years is their obvious delight in what they're doing, and it seems to have very little to do with worldly success. They just love what they're doing, and they love it in front of others. It was Fred Rogers. And so I just thought, that's it. You just gotta love what you're doing. Spreadsheets, I've tried. I can't do it. It's like my brain just does not connect the boxes to things. I can use a spreadsheet to track my expenses and, finances and, how many books I bought and sold and all that stuff. But that's it. Everything else I need to write down. And even then, my handwriting is so bad. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. If I had a book tour, where would I like to go? I want to go anywhere at this point. I'm so sick of lockdowns and closed doors. I want to go anywhere. Give me a beach. But if I could go anywhere, I just want to go somewhere warm. I want to have a book tour. I want to just go into different little bookstores where people really celebrate independent artists and the fact that we persevere. So if I could just stop everywhere, I would go everywhere. I don't want to limit myself at all. So if there's an opportunity, I'm going to go. I want to do a virtual book tour, and I've looked at them. I don't know, the paid ones, you have these tour people who do them. And I actually was thinking about doing it with my special release at the end of the year with that one book. But I'm not sure. I don't know anything else about the virtual book tours. Are we going to South Florida? Where are we going? Let's go. Well, I don't know. Florida's a little different these days. No offense. I don't know if I want to go to Florida. Hey, Thea. So we got about 10 minutes left, guys. This has been so much fun. Yeah, I've heard good things about virtual book tours. I don't know how to organize them. I mean, I don't know. Do I just send people books and be like, can you review them? I don't know. So I'm open to suggestions on that. Let's see, what else has happened on this journey? Yeah, I've sent out a lot of books to bloggers, and a few people have posted, but I think I need to be more business minded with it, so it's more of a contract instead of just, hey, could you post about this book for me, please? So there's a number of companies that I'm looking at, and it's definitely something I want to do. Bookstores being independently published, I would have to go through Ingram Sparks to be distributed widely into bookstores like Barnes and Noble, and even book aisles at Target and Walmart and all those. I'm looking into that. Unfortunately, it's something that I learned later in the game with publishing through KDP. Even though I own my own ISBN number, I tried to upload my paperbacks onto Ingram Sparks to be distributed wide and available to wholesale retailers. But for some reason, Amazon is not releasing my books. They're not releasing me to post it anywhere else. So I've submitted the paperwork to have the transfer done, and I'm just waiting for that to get back to me. I don't know how long it's going to take, but now I know. So when I do the children's books, I'll be publishing them through Ingram Sparks first, and then Amazon, so that I don't run into this issue. But I'm on it. I'm also looking at podcasts, and I have an interview later this afternoon with a UK blogger. Well, I wouldn't call it a trap, but I was definitely unaware of some of the red tape in getting my books elsewhere. So I'm working through it. Reviews are gold. Reviews are air, the air that we breathe. We need it desperately because it's the only way that other people will find our books. Outside of word of mouth, reviews put us higher up on the algorithm. They put us higher up in the our rankings for our categories that we're in. So right now I'm running a free promotion for my books today, for book 1. So last time I checked, I was sitting at number 16 in my category of Christian fantasies, which is awesome. I had 58 reviews on that first book, 6 or 7 on the second one. And if you've read the book, if you read any book, not just mine, it just means everything. It just means everything to have, to leave a review. And it doesn't have to be long. It can just be, I really like this book. Or if you like such and such a book, you'll like this. It doesn't have to be long at all. But just the fact that it's there, we need those reviews. So if you read my book, go post a review, please. Let's see what else in the last 5 minutes. Any other questions? You guys, this has been so awesome for my first live. I was so nervous. I've never done this before. I don't like to be on camera, but this was so great. And I really appreciate everybody who's tuned in and supporting me. Well, I've looked into consignment with local bookstores. Unfortunately, a few of them, well, the ones that I have contacted, they're not accepting any books on consignment right now because of COVID issues. But I'm definitely looking into consignment with bookstores. And then I know I can talk to management at like Walgreens and CVS and see if they'll do something there as well. I've given away a lot of books, and I'm kind of pulling back on giving away so many. Yes, I use Clubhouse. Hold on. My first live alone. My first live alone. Hangouts for book authors to get together. I don't know hangouts, like places, like outside places in the sunshine. I don't know. Clubhouse. I love Clubhouse. Hey, Reese. I love Clubhouse. It has been so good for networking, and I'm on it all the time. If you're able to get on it, I highly suggest you get on Clubhouse because you will meet so many amazing people who can help you network and navigate this whole indie author thing. And I mean, I met somebody and I got into the public library system because I sent him my book and he put it in his library. He was a librarian. And so he put it in there. So now if you go to a library and you ask for my book, you can get it as a loan for an interlibrary loan. So that's like totally awesome. I sell both copies. I sell digital copies and paperbacks. Right now it's only on Amazon, Basil, but I'm looking to get on other platforms. It's just a lot of red tape with getting it off Amazon right now because I didn't know in the beginning that they really hold on to stuff. They don't like to share, obviously. So I'm working on getting it onto Ingram Sparks though, so that I can sell it in other platforms and go wide with the paperbacks. Book clubs for authors. Yes, it's a lot of book clubs for authors everywhere. Bookstagram has tons. You can join book clubs. Clubhouse has obviously lots of rooms that you can join and you talk with all these other authors, and it's absolutely amazing the networking that you come in contact with. And yes, it's really cool to be in a library. I'm very, very excited. Well, guys, I'm gonna have to wrap it up. As always, my DMs are open and you can send me any questions. I'm always happy to help. Anything I can do for my fellow authors or anybody, I'm here. Just ask. If I know, I will tell you. If I don't know, I will point you in the direction of someone who does. My website, again, for anybody who wants to purchase signed copies. No, Basil, I did not have a business plan, and I know that's something that a lot of people say they needed, but like I said, when I started writing, I had no intention of this becoming a business. I didn't know to even consider it a business until I started talking to other writers who was like, no, you're an author now. That is a business. So now I'm looking at it from that perspective, but it's taken some time to get to where I'm at, and I'm always learning, so it's a work in progress. Hey, Mehreen, thank you guys for popping in. We're about to close down, and as I said, my website is NicolePatriceThomas.com. You can get signed copies along with a little bit of swag, some gifts that I include in there just for supporting me for you guys. So you can go to NicolePatriceThomas.com. Make sure you tune in later today. There's an hour on YouTube that I'll be talking more in depth about my process. And this was only a quick 30 minutes, but I just want to thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Enjoy the rest of your day. As again, my books are here. Hello. If you guys need anything, as I said, I'm sorry, that's my daughter's computer is here. So that's why I have to leave now. I don't know how I can save this live. Tell me how to save it. How do I save it? Crystal. Do I save it? Okay, thank you, Leah. Anyway, I love you guys. You are awesome. I will be doing this again in the future, definitely. You'll be hearing more from me. Keep an eye on my page. Follow me if you're not. I will follow you. We can interact. Let's be friends. We're real people on the other end of these screens. So I love you. Be blessed. Bye.